Previously on my BTS adventure.
Tomorrow is my December 1st BTS Permission to Dance in LA concert.
I made it to the stadium. I just finished sound check.
I left the venue. Here is my honest concert review.
I would like to place a disclaimer before this video starts. I do not blame any of my problems with the concert to BTS. BTS did their job, they performed, they exceeded my expectations. My problems were not with BTS. I do not blame any of the BTS members for my problems. I cannot stress this enough. I am not blaming any of this on BTS.
So, first, I would like to mention all of the things that I had to sacrifice and all of the stuff that I had to deal with and how much I paid for my ticket, because I did not say how much I paid for it in the first video where I actually bought the ticket. I was section A4, which is floor, and I was row 12, seat 7. And obviously any floor seat is more expensive than, the higher up and further away from the stage you are. And I also got silver VIP, as you can see here. Now, for my ticket, I paid $459 with 20 cents. And mind you, I also had to pay a round trip flight so that I could come to LA and go back to my house. And I paid about $170 for that. So in total-ish, I spent roughly $550 in order to go to this concert. Now, that is very important because I don't feel like I got my money's worth from the concert. And I don't know if that's Hybe's fault or their management team or the stadium itself, but there are a lot of things that I did not like about this concert compared to previous concert experiences that I have had. Now, my complaint about soundcheck, let's start with that. I had to get up super early so that I could get to the venue early. Now, they told us to check in at 9:30 in the morning. I was like, that is way too early for me and my friend. I am not gonna get up that early. So I showed up at around 10:30, but I still had to get up, as you saw earlier in this video, at 8:30 in the morning. Then once I got there, I had to wait in line to check in and get this. And after that, I was pretty much told to return to line up to enter the venue for soundcheck at 1 p.m. At around like 12:45, I stood in line. And okay, so soundcheck didn't actually start until 5. And I honestly thought that they were gonna let us go in, at 1 and we could be in our seats and, just chill out on our phones. Now, they let us inside the venue to wait to go into our section at 1. They did not let us walk towards our seats until 3. And it's a 10-minute walk to get to the floor, mind you. And after that, we still had to wait an extra 40 minutes in the walkway, not even in our seats, in the walkway to our seats to get to our seats. Then, once we were seated, finally in our section, in our rows, all of that, we were not allowed to use our phones. We were bored out of our minds. We didn't know what to do. Some people like me didn't have anybody to talk to. So it was just very boring, not entertaining. We could not take pictures of the stage. We could not take pictures of ourselves. We couldn't film anything. And I understand that you cannot film soundcheck. But what I think they should have done is they should have asked us to put our phones away once BTS was ready to come out and do soundcheck. Then they'd say, hey, put your phones away, soundcheck is about to start. But no, they made us sit bored out of our minds without being able to use our phones, which is very ridiculous because BTS was not out. They weren't doing soundcheck, nothing. So it would have been totally fine to have our phones out. Actual soundcheck happened, and BTS did great. They did their job. They came out. They did their song thing, and then they left. And I had to wait until 5 p.m. to be able to see soundcheck. Only 3 songs. 15 minutes of our time for soundcheck. 3 songs. No fan service, no chatting with us at all. And I know that's not their fault. I know that was management's decision. They told them, hey, go out, do 3 songs, don't talk to them, come back inside. I know that was not BTS's decision. So I do not blame any of this on them at all. Then the stadium itself didn't have the best audio. When they were talking, it was kind of echoey and difficult to understand them. And also, I couldn't appreciate their vocals over the crowds singing together with them. And I just didn't feel like I fully appreciated their vocals like in person, because I was hearing, the other people around me more than them. And given, yes, I was singing too, but, I know what my own voice sounds like, so it didn't bother me to have my own voice on top of theirs, because I do that all the time when I listen to their music, so that's like something normal for me.
I'd like to clarify this audio problem, because my vlog clips actually sound a lot better than what I experience with my own ears. That's probably because my phone camera has a better microphone designed for concert videos or something like that, but from my personal ears, it sounded really bad. Those clips do not justify how bad the audio was for my ears. So don't get confused, because I remember I showed my friends some of those clips and they were like, there's no way that you had terrible sound. Your videos sound amazing. And I'm like, that's just because my camera picks up audio different than your ears.
My last and biggest complaint is the whole reason why I got a floor seat was so that I wouldn't have to watch them on the screen. I thought that my seat would be close enough to them that I wouldn't have to rely on the screen to have a good time. As you saw in the videos, there was that main part of the stage, and then there's the catwalk section, and then the little square at the end. They performed most of the songs in that little square section. And from my point of view, as you also saw in those videos, that was behind me to my left. So, not only were they tiny on the big main stage, when they went further away from me, they were even smaller. And I couldn't even see their faces anymore. It was just the back of their heads. That was not a very enjoyable spot for floor. Now, I know that is my responsibility because I picked my own seats and I should have done my research on the stadium, and I take full responsibility for not having picked the best seats out there. But I feel like if it's a floor seat, you shouldn't have to rely on the screen. The whole point of getting floor is so that you're closer to them. Otherwise, I could have gotten, seats towards the middle, right? And been able to have seen the entire stage. Yes, they would still be small, but, I'd have the screen and I'd be able to see more, and I'd see the front of their faces even though they're small. And I didn't get that.
I feel like before I continue with this video, I should clarify my previous concert experiences so that you can understand the huge difference in my seating between this BTS concert and the 2 other concerts that I keep saying I went to in this video. So for starters, the first concert that I went to before BTS was Slash. If you don't know who he is the guitar player for Guns N' Roses. However, he has been doing some solo stuff with Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. Now, I went to this concert and I got literally general admission standing front row, equivalent to floor, and I only paid $75 for this ticket. And look how close he is in this clip. He is life-size. Literally, his sweat was on my face. And I can also see the rest of the band totally fine. They're not far away. They don't look tiny. And the sound was also really, really nice. Also, this video is in no way zoomed in like I had to do for a lot of the BTS clips when I wanted to focus on the members. Then I also went to go see Mason Ramsey. If you don't know who he is, he's the little kid that went viral a few years ago for yodeling at Walmart. I had the exact same ticket experience as I did for Slash. For Mason Ramsey, it was $18 a ticket, much cheaper because, it's not as big of an artist. And as you can see here, I can also see the entire band. And Mason Ramsey is a small kid, or at least he was at the time, he's still growing. And I was able to see him in full size and appreciate the entire band. And this video is also in no way zoomed in. So the fact that I went to 2 different concerts for much cheaper and got a better experience in my seating is really sad. I hope now you understand why I was disappointed.
Now I'm gonna go to the pros. Okay. Because after all the negatives, you should always end on a positive note. Now, the boys did a great job. They looked amazing. I know they put their hearts into that performance. And when they talked to us, it came from their heart, and they really said a lot of meaningful things. And I met some great people at the event. I didn't talk to that many people, but the people that I did talk to were all very nice to me. Nobody was rude. Nobody pushed or shoved or nothing. Nobody judged me for my screams or anything like that. Like, everybody was so nice. I loved the crowd for this third day. Like, everybody was great. And also, this third crowd, I think, was way louder than day 1 and day 2. Like, some of these people, even like new armies like me, like a year or even less, like, they knew all the songs, they knew the fan chant, they knew everything. Like, I'm literally so proud of this crowd compared to what I was hearing about day 1 and day 2, where people were mostly silent, even at the floor. So the vibe was great. The people were amazing. Even though I did only get to see the screen was actually very enjoyable to look at. Like, it was a very HD screen, and the effects that they used were really, really cool. And the screen was amazing. And then the confetti, actually, I have some of the confetti that they threw at the concert here. But the confetti was really nice. The effects were great. The lighting, the song choices, like, all of that was great. And I did have a great time despite all of the mishaps. So, did I have a good time? Yes. Would I attend another BTS concert? Yes, but I would pick different seats. And do I think it was worth about $550? No, I don't think I got $550 worth of experience. Again, that's not how much I paid for the ticket. I paid $459, but I'm adding in my flight into the expenses. And I'm just really sad that I didn't get my money's worth. But I still did have a great time. And I'm very fortunate that I got to go through this opportunity, because I know so many people would kill to have the seat that I had and would have taken it, no complaints. Would I recommend Soundcheck? I'm going to go with, I would take Soundcheck if you're willing to wait many hours for only 3 songs. And if you have better seats than I did. If I definitely had better seats and the floor, I think Soundcheck would have been also more enjoyable. Because, I would have been closer for them to notice me. My last thing that I think I do want to blame the BTS boys for, because they like to play with us, but when I was outside waiting to take pictures by the permission to dance sign, they played a little bit of Home, Microcosmos, and My Universe, none of which they actually performed at the concert, which was ridiculous. I know they were just trying to tease us, and I know they didn't mean any harm with that, so that's like a laughy haha complaint, because they didn't actually perform those songs. And Halsey was in the crowd. That was also another plus. I saw that a lot of people in her section were asking for like pictures and autographs and stuff after they realized that she was actually sitting there. It's pretty cool that I was in the same room as two different celebrities, you know, BTS and Halsey. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys so much for watching this video, joining me on this journey. I'm sorry that it was kind of negative. And I don't know, I hope you enjoyed this video, and that I'm so thankful for this journey, and I look forward to other K-pop concerts now that I've learned, and hopefully I can see BTS again and have a better experience. I love you guys. I love you, ARMY. I love you, BTS. Just thank you for this night. Again, not that many positives, but I still had a good night overall. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. And you know what? That's an 80%. That's a B. And a B is good. You know, it wasn't an F. A B is good. Yeah. That's all. Bye.